Hello, friends, and it's the grumpy old man broadcasting from Studio B on WDWL TV, located on Grumpy Vulture Boulevard. And we are a division of Grumpy Vulture Productions. I've had enough vulture already. Okay. I want to show you something. You are not going to believe this. Grumpy's new toy arrived. And look at the size of this computer. Look at the size of this thing. Look. Look at the size of this thing. Unbelievable. And what's neat is it comes with a hook, and I can hang it on the back of the monitor. But look at the size of this. And you know what? This has 8 gigs of memory and a terabyte hard drive. Now it's a solid state drive, but a terabyte in this little tiny computer. This was one of the brand new computers that was shipped to my buddy's son's studio out in Burbank, his production company, to experiment with. And they told him, once you're done, do what you want with them. Throw them out, give them away. So he sent me one. And I'll tell you what, I can't wait to get this in service. Because just the space saving. Oops. I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, those desktops are, big boxes. I have, the flat ones, which that computer is. And then, the tower. It's amazing, the space saving, because I can take that little computer and mount it on the back of a monitor, and it takes up no disk space, because I also have a bracket to mount the monitor. So the monitor will be off the desk, the computer will be hanging on the back, and a terabyte hard drive and 8 gigs of RAM. Unbelievable. Plus it has a VGA or an HDMI for a monitor, or a display port. I'll probably use the HDMI because the monitor that I've got is HDMI. And then what I'm going to do for space saving is get another one of these little mini keyboards. And probably a cordless mouse. Matter of fact, I've got three cordless mooses. So look at just the space saving alone, not to mention how rocket fast this thing is. The processor in that is a 3.0. Faster than the processor in the mini computer that I'm using here. The mini computer that I'm using here is a 2.7. And this has got 6 gigs of RAM and 500 gig hard disk drive. Not a solid state. This one here. And see, this is I think it's an E72. And the other one is an M53. So this has got the 2.7 processor, and the other mini, which is over in Studio A, is a 2.3 or 2.5, a little, just a hair slower. But you don't notice it because these computers are not loaded up with a bunch of stuff I don't need. This computer here, I removed, I had Streamlab in it, and I told you I couldn't figure it out. And I literally Google searched live streaming for dummies. And it came up with Prism Live Studio. And here I am, streaming on 2 platforms. Not one, but 2 at the same time. And I could stream on many more. You know, I could get on Twitcher, and you got Twitcher, and I can't even remember them because I don't use them. I don't need them. Why would I need to go on Twitcher or I can't even think of them because I don't use them. And I'm not looking for that big monster fan base. I'm just happy if I get 1 subscriber a month. I didn't look today. I don't know if I actually am at 31. Also, I'm starting to study again. Yeah, 72 years old and I'm studying. Well, I'm studying to take my ham radio operator's test. I already have. One of my ham radios. Here's one of them. Believe it or not, that's ham radio. Back in the day, hams didn't have this kind of stuff. If they wanted a portable, they were buying old Army surplus stuff. This is actually a dual. This is a GMRS and a ham. Believe it or not, it's a dual. And the GMRS is like, we'll say if CB is a standard Ford sedan, GMRS is like the Ferrari or the Rolls Royce of GMRS. It's like CB, you get a free license that don't cost you nothing, and you have 22 frequencies that you can talk on. Those walkie-talkies that you buy at the mart. Yeah, that's what they call GMRS or family radio, because they're 5 watts or below. Now I've got radios for the car which are more powerful, but I haven't even thought of installing them yet, because I would want to play. And if you get caught transmitting on any of the ham frequencies without a ham license, you're in a shitload of trouble. Because the old FCC, talk about equipment to locate you. Now, one transmission, testing, they're not going to get you. But if you start talking to somebody and you don't have a license, that's one thing about ham radio operators. They're very honest. They'll turn your ass in. So the one nice thing is the tests nowadays. You don't have to learn Morse code, dot, 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 dash, dot, 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 and send on a key, like the old telegraphs back in the days of the old Wild West, The guy sat in an office and and he's trying to write it down. What did they say? See, back in the day, when I was 10, 12 years old, there were 2 ham radio operators that lived just down the street. And they kept trying to convince me to get my ham radio operators license. Because once you get the license, all you have to do is, every so many years, send a check and renew it. You don't have to take the test over and over and over. But back then, you had to send so many words within so many minutes on a key. And I could not get Morse code. I gave up. Well, once I found out that no more Morse code, I decided to take the test. So I already found a ham radio club here on the west side. I've already emailed, because basically I could go like, if they have a ham fest or ham gathering, take the test. It's not formal, like you got to go down to the FCC downtown and, in a suit and a tie. So Grumpy is studying. So, that's the news. I checked my shipping information. I've got an item that's going to be here tomorrow. Wait till you see this. Wait till you see this. You're going to love it. Well, maybe you won't love it. I will. And with that, Grumpy, I already know what I'm having for dinner tonight. I just got back from the store. And Sunday, the old crock pot's getting back in use because I'm going to make me some Swiss steak again because it's so easy in a crock pot. Basically, you could stand back and throw all the ingredients in and it would be delicious. I found a super easy recipe. I just got some nice Swiss steak. I got dinner for tonight. I'm all set to go. And with that, hopefully, I'm apologizing because I haven't used this microphone. And since I went in right there, see that right there? I made some adjustments to the audio, and I forgot that this is the most sensitive of all the microphones. So, lately the volume has been actually below normal. This might be blowing your eardrums out, so I'm apologizing. But tonight I had the whim to use the super mic. So, with that, I hope everyone has a good evening. And number 30, you're still the man. Number 30, I can't wait to drive by when you're sitting on the porch and yell, 30! I would like to yell 31 to somebody. I have to go in and check. I'm not going to do it right this minute. But before tomorrow's broadcast, I'm going to check and see if we're at least 31. I hope somebody surprised me. Like I said, you don't have to listen to my dumbass every night. Just subscribe. That's all. Click subscribe. You don't have to click the notifications. None of that shit. Just subscribe. Okay? And, where's my mouse? Oh. All right. Number 30. You have a good evening.